Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll tell you guys a little story about how I eventually got a world record on a track called D13 Race. So let's have a look. See, I started playing this track in July 2019, okay? The record at this time when I started playing was a 1 minute 4 seconds 41 by Race. Let's first have a look at this run, see what he did. Have a look at the track too, you know? See what we're getting into. So this is by Race, one of the great players in this game. And he did this record in 2018. See the track here, it is a full-on dirt track set in this beautiful desert scenery. Quite a pleasant track to drive without any major annoying parts, you know? Thing is, it's kind of the opposite. It's not really that pleasant. He makes it look so smooth, so effortless. There's a lot that goes into this run here, the 1:04.41. We're gonna break it down a little bit, see what hit him gain time and stuff. But for now, let's let it play through. Coming up to the last turn right here, and the final finish straight. Really good run. 1:04.41. Now, I decided I wanted to play this track because I was practicing for ESA Summer 2019. I had to do a speedrun of all the tracks in the game, and I naturally had to play this one, and I started to like it. And just before I went to the event, this was like a couple of days before, I decided to actually try to get the record in time for the event, and I got really close. I got a 1:04.47, like 600s behind, a couple of days into my grinding. I also had like really fast starts. Like we can have a look at this replay, for example. This was one of my better attempts versus Race. So there's two main parts in this track that are very, or three, you know, you can keep items to the list. The first one is this 180 turn, really sharp corner that is very hard because of bumpy edges on the side. Then you have this shortcut here that you need to get really good, like my run had here. And you can see I'm just I'm gone, man. I'm very far in front of Race. Failed the gear though, then coming into the last slide, messed it up. So you have to get this sharp grass side here. Race did that? I didn't. Unfortunate. This was actually after ESA, so I'd been to ESA, I hadn't gotten the record, I get back home, and you know, I keep grinding, and I actually get a 1:04.46 here. And let's have a look at this one. I think we're gonna see I had a worse shortcut as well on this one. Way less speed, yeah? So this time I'm really far behind. But the thing about this map though is that at this point it wasn't really that optimized. See, you could get a lot of time in the end here if you had it good. And I nearly caught back up to Race. 1:04.46, only 500s behind here. So I was getting close. I was within reach. You know, I felt I could maybe get this one. Maybe, if everything aligned right. And there were many runs where things did align just right, but it wasn't meant to be. Let's take a look at this one. This was in the start of August, so about a week after I started playing, I get on this run. It doesn't have the greatest start again. I know I can get a lot on the end if I get it good, and I get one of the greatest grass slides I've had on this map. Just super inside. You can see I'm already on his tail. With more speed, I catch up, but then I landing bug. You know, one landing bug on the end, it's not too bad. You get runs that just don't make it, so you just move on to the next one. A landing bug is a landing bug. It happens, it happens. On the same session, like a half an hour later, I get on this run. Let's see what happens again. Let's see. On his tail on the grass side now, and with a better one. Super inside. More speed on down the hill. It's the same story. And what happens? I landing bugged again. Twice within half an hour. I had the world record in my hands and I landing bug in the end. And I was pretty sad about this, you know? It's like, another landing bug. But if you wouldn't believe it, ladies and gentlemen, this happened again. Coming down to the last hill, I have more speed. And if you wouldn't believe it, I landing bug. It got to the ridiculous point where I had gotten 3 or 4 world record pace runs within 1 hour that all died to this very last landing, and I was quite upset at this point. But finally, boys, on the 3rd of August, I did it. Let's have a look. All right. Good cut. We're seeing the checkpoint right now. -3 of my PB, so I'm almost on pace. I need a good end though on this run. Need a really good end. And I get it. Good grass side, -8. I'm ahead. Coming up to the end. And what's gonna happen? Oh. Yes, man! We did it. 104.36. I got the record back after a lot of landing bugs. Again, if you want to see how ridiculous it was, this is the world record run, and these are all the 4 runs that landing bugged within an hour. Just unheard of, man. Look at this. The Lithuanian bug army. Just all of them died on this very landing. That's how brutal this track can be.
What do you mean, man?
I know, right? But eventually I had the record myself. I had it. It was mine. 104.36. Life was once again beautiful, yeah? But then, ladies and gentlemen, Race Hans returned with what could perhaps be the dankest world record of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a 104.36. Race Hans did a 104.20, lacing me out of the top 1 and taking the world record for himself. Equal coming up to the cut, but he had, well, this right here. Beautiful flat landing, more speed, and this was a lead I could not catch up to. You can see here, still ahead, grass side still ahead. Nothing you can do. You just had a better start. All right, fair enough. Race Hans took it back. But then, many dramatic turns in this story. Another player joins the battle. This mysterious player joined the battle after a couple of fails here. This was Raso, the 104.12. Raso beat Race Hans in a dramatic fashion. So there was something new here now. There was something new. And we're gonna see it right here. Because Raso had a new setup for the cut. So you see how much wider Raso lands there on the dirt, you know? Lands really wide, gets a lot of speed. And this was actually so much faster. I don't, like, he's like 0.3 ahead, 0.4 ahead. He's cruising. But at the end, he hit the inside turn and the outside turn. And now he's getting caught up to, but it's still enough. Still enough. And he gets a new world record. However, that mid-cut thing, though, that he did is very inconsistent. You could land on the side here pretty much all the time, but to get a bounce like this is, well, it's not easy. It's very fast. Very fast. So Raso got the record. But then FS got it a day after him. So now we have me with a 104.36 from like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and Race, Raso, and Hefest all have banging times, ladies and gentlemen. Banging times. The madman himself, Hefest, 104.05. Let's have a look. Got a very fast start here. Super far ahead of Raso. Good 180 turn. Like it ain't no thing. And he's gonna get the Raso cut as well. This weird bounce that we have. Gets caught up to a bit, but he still has to lead. And if you remember, Raso was ridiculously far ahead of Raisons, yeah? Like, insane. And Hefest is even further. So what does Hefest do? Well, his exit wasn't that good either. So he and Raso go about toe-to-toe here. So Hefest more speed. Sick, like nosedive on the end here. Very risky, but he did get it. Hefest, you know, doing Hefest things. And then Raisons himself returns and takes it back with a 104.02. So Raisons not giving up his world records that easy, you know, he's not known for it. And he didn't here either, and he popped this insane run right here at Raisons. Really fast start, like really fast. Comes up to the ending, and he hits the inside, but he goes very sharp, still pretty good, and he stays ahead. Just barely, with more speed than Hefest. Pretty poggers. When I saw this in August, man, the players were going for this insanely dumb cut strat. Bruh, I didn't even want to bother playing it. But you know, times change, and I decided to get back to this track recently. I decided to get back to this track in February now. And I got this run right here, 104.76. Okay? Let's see what I could get. This was my first run back on the track. See, slower start. Alright. Landing bug, alright. It's not perfect yet, you know? To calibrate a bit, so you gotta learn. I get a worse start. I go for this grass slide strat, and I actually catch a bit back up. Did you see that? So in the sharp 180 turn, I decided to just YOLO on instinct because I was so far behind, and it actually worked. Caught up a bit. You know, could be something for this. Could be something for this. The ending though, that's alright. I'm like 0.3 behind here. 0.2 maybe. I was on PB pace at the time. And well, just had to do the last part. And I landing bugged. So this can happen on the last drop here. If you're not careful, I landed in the middle. And you lose a lot of time, landing bug. Definitely don't want that on a world record now, do we? But you can see there's starting to be less and less folders left, boys. And I have 2 runs left to show you. The first one, so 104.07. Now this is a pretty special run because it really shows just the potential on this track. And I want to compare this one between all 3 of us. Between Raso, between me, and between Hefest. Look at this fight between the giants. We're starting to see something here. Got Raisons first, Hefest second, Raso third, and I'm dead last. Let's look at the cut. And I get the worst one out of everyone. Look how like astronomically far behind I am right now. We're talking 0.4 of a second here, boys. And I get this ending. The upper gear on the turnaround. and I'm right back in the mix. Good speed on the N2, almost catch back to half-S, but it's not quite enough. Still though, third place with this 104.07, but look man, look at this. I can give myself here 4500ths of a second, and I'm still not ahead of Racehans. So there's still a lot of potential. A lot of potential. All I need really is to get one good cut like these dudes are doing with the new cut. Wait, I'm still doing the old one here. I realize I kind of have to go for this new setup. The 20th replay in this folder. And instead of showing you guys this directly, figured I'd show you the actual live run. So without further ado, boys, enjoy this right here. Yeah, it's this one right here.
Send the situation again.
Enjoy.
Yeah,
I'm watching LCS right here playing versus this ghost that had a really good end and a terrible start. Yeah, minus 20. This is already world record pace. Minus 17. Let's have a look at the cut. I get probably the most insane cut of all time. Minus 31. Coming up to the ending. I have good speed here. Minus 39. A close grass slide. I see minus 46 and I'm freaking out. I get a lower gear, but I don't bug landing. And minus 14. But it's still a world record. It could have been a lot more, boys. I'm telling you. I was playing this off stream yesterday. It could have been a lot more. This checkpoint is unheard of. 48.81. But I could not keep the gear in the downhill and lost a lot of time. So I propose that we now hunt this track and see how low we can really take it, because I think this track is pretty far from optimized. Maybe like a 104.70, maybe 104.50. We'll see how long it takes to get to either one of those milestones, but damn, we got some work to do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new world record on D13 Race. It wouldn't come easy. I had to fight none other than Racehans to take it down. You can see he's not giving away any time for free here in the start. Already over a car length ahead. I push on the 180 turn. I get on his tail, but still lose a bit of speed. Coming up to the cut. Decide to risk it all. Get a nice edge poke that takes me closer. More speed over this dirt off-road. I'm inching closer and closer to my goal. All I need is to be ahead of Racehans at the gear. Go for a lower grass slide setup, which will let me that lead, but now I need to hold it in the last landing, and I will survive. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the first 103 ever done on this track. Pretty insane. So now we await the answer. Will Racehans return and clap me once again? Or will I get to keep it? We will see. But that is how I got the world record on this track. Thanks for watching. I don't know about you, boys. I don't know about you, but I think that's content. I think that's content. Am I right? Is that content or what? I don't know. Cool though. What do you guys think?